Yep, so today what we're going to do here is just try to rebuild this Alky pump on an 87 Buick GN. What I've been noticing, that this is my spare pump here. This is the one that's been leaking. So it's been leaking at this head right out here. So as it sits down here, it just drips right off that pressure um, sensor switch here, whatever that is in here. There should be a check valve right inside there. So that, I'm not sure if that's where it's leaking at or inside one of the diaphragms. So did a little bit of research, didn't find much about it. So what I did decide to do is just try to pull the pump off and just pull this cover off here. Just kind of peeled that off. What I found was just this model number here, and just kind of looked it up. But basically, this is a shurflo 8000 series pump. Basically, that's all it is. So what I did was just went ahead and pulled all this pump assembly off and just kind of checked everything out and just kind of checked all the specs on it. Couldn't find much, but again, like I said, it's 8000 series pump. You can find parts for it all over the place. I've built some of these pumps before for just kind of garden sprayers and just kind of fertilizers and stuff like that. But basically, here's all the parts that I bought. If you pull this pump head off, here's a check valve assembly inside there. I went ahead and ordered a replacement kit for that. So that's the part number. Top of that there's the, can't remember what this was called. It's just the valve assembly. As you can see, it's pretty fragile, and this plastic here is kind of dried up from the alky just sitting over the years. But again, see, that's snapped off. I mean, it's pretty crumbly. But there's the valve kit there. And then went ahead and replaced the diaphragm assembly, which is this piece here. Again, this is all it is. You just pull it straight up, and this is the motor. The motor's still good, no problems there. But went ahead and just pulled this off and go ahead and replace that as well. And here's that part number. So stay tuned. Really just kind of put it back reversed order and get it bench tested and put it back together. So what I'll replace first is this check valve up here. So we're just gonna unscrew these three bolts. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand holding the phone. See how that works. But got the GoPro inside the house. I don't want to pull this thing out for a quick rebuild. But I'm just gonna take these three screws out real quick and then show you what's underneath it. So I went ahead and pulled those three screws out. Lifted up. There's a little gasket here. I'm not sure if that's where it may be leaking, but couldn't find any parts for that. But really, this check valve, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these guys. Just kind of look at the way it's ordered here. So you got this piece, the spring, and then the actual valve inside there. So let me get the parts out real quick and then swap those out. All right, got that pulled out. So this is what it looks like here. You got this one piece first, and top of that it's the spring. And you got this piece here. So it looks like the kit doesn't come with this top seal. I'm gonna pull this guy off and reuse that on this new kit here. So there's that first piece. Went ahead and lubed up that O-ring just a bit. God, you can't even see it here. There it is. Go ahead and drop it in there. Sitting straight. Drop it in this new spring. There's the new cap assembly here. That's it. So I'm going to get to this top portion here and swap out that other piece. One correction here. So I thought this piece here was underneath that top valve, but it looks like that's just a pressure switch itself. So the kit does come with a new gasket here. So that was the one I thought we had to reuse, but no, it's this one here. So it's probably a different material versus what was on their stock. I think it's santoprene. So we'll see how this thing holds up. But again, this check valve kit was literally like $7. So if this happens to leak here, I'll just get another one, swap it out. So that's all it is. And really, that's it. We just put it back up together and put that gasket back on top and screw it back together. Alright, got the top part put back together here. The check valve, so it looks like there. Alright, that's really it for the top side. And then we're just going to go ahead and drop the diaphragm in and the valve assembly, and that's it. Just put it back together and it should be good to go. I'm gonna try to put this valve head on and then just get this thing straight as I can while I drop down to make sure it doesn't get creased or anything. So they sit inside those little holes there. So I got it all put together here. Now just really just take these bolts and put it back on the valve assembly head and put it back together. You know, there's 3 long ones and 3 short ones. The short ones are just meant for this, just to connect to that diaphragm plate there, and then the long one goes all the way into the actual body there. So there's going to be 3 of each. That's every other one here. Alright, so I'll put it back together. One thing to be careful about is don't over tighten these guys up here. It's a plastic case, so you want to strip that, but go ahead and torque these down, make sure they're all tight evenly, and that's it. I'm going to roll that cover back on and test it and make sure pressure's still good and go back in the car. Unfortunately, it's snowing outside, so I'm probably going to work on replacing bumper filters today and go ahead and swap that thing, the alcohol pump, back together and wait for a day the snow is gone and take it for a rip.